Or are you actually doing it now? Because my thing is completely going to invalidate what you're doing.
Okay. No, I wasn't gonna like do it. I was just gonna tell you my answer.
Okay, well, okay.
My answer is simply like uh, Taz is going to try and like befriend those two, and then get like either get them out of town or failing that, like defend them from the paladins because like they surrendered to those knights. I'm gonna be like, no, no, I will protect you.
Hmm. Okay.
What were you gonna have me do?
I think mine is a bit more thematic and more interesting.
Okay, then go with that. Sure. I have no
Okay.
control over this character anymore.
Okay. We will handle it. Yeah, yes, yes. You are now. You have control of the other Taz,
Yes, Taz Jr.
Taz Junior. This other Taz is going to go on to do great things. Well, Taz Junior
I mean,
does.
he will never be as great as a Gonk droid, but
You can try, I'm sure.
it's a lofty height few can aspire to.
God damn it. Okay. Are you recording now?
Yes, I am recording.
Okay. Shit.
Hi, Tosh.
True.
Okay.
The typical beginning to any artifact stream is a quick few moments of Kina going, "Oh fuck, ah shit, well fuck,
We'll do it live.
fuck it."
I have.
You ain't DMing right if there isn't a moment of pants shitting terror as you realize you have no idea what you're doing.
Moment.
That's basically the whole time.
Yeah.
That's the game.
So, all right. So last time on Artifacts&D, the party said their fond farewells to Kalira as they had gone back in time and stopped Taz. Till Kalira had gone off to parts unknown. Well, she had said she was going to go to Kalanel, the port city up north, to visit, and she's heard good things about that, and it's a nice place. And then the party intercepted Taz. There was a strange moment where Taz was talking to Taz, and Taz got mad at Taz for sleeping with Molly.
I wouldn't call it mad.
Well, maybe not mad, but there was some talk of a dirty old man calling.
I mean, nothing about that is untrue. Yeah.
And party berated the younger Taz about his choices and what he was doing, and Taz had a heart-to-heart with Taz about how what he was doing was going to cause nothing but problems later on and cause horrible things to happen anyway. And then the older Taz remembered that he had a scroll. That he had a scroll of teleport on his younger self. So he just pickpocketed himself and then teleported away.
Yep. Young Taz had nothing to do with it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm innocent.
Indeed, I believe we left off with me giving young Taz different kinds of total shit.
So before we get onto that, we'll go to my addendum. Taz is in the village far north under the shadow of a very large mountain. It's a small, quaint, and quiet village, though there is no sound. There is no sound, no rustle of trees, and no sound, no cry of animals in the night, as there usually is. Everything is silent and everything is absolutely still. There's not even any wind or air moving.
Spoopy.
As Taz was looking around, he felt a presence behind him and found that Holly was there, and she and him had a conversation. As opposed to what happened the last time, what's going to happen this time is that Holly is going to tell Taz that if he really wants to save his world, then the easiest way for him to do that is to keep all of his adventures and all of the things that he has learned, all his lessons in mind, and use them to change the decisions he makes as he fulfills his destiny. And that she says that his destiny lies far, far in the past. Very far. Thousands of years.
Mysterious.
You may not believe that. You may not believe it, but Taz is. Well, you are still around at this time. There are, in reality, 3 of you here at this current juncture.
What?
There is a 3rd Tazran present in this world. There is the young Taz, there is you, and then there is the you that you are supposed to be. Think of yourself and your life as the metamorphosis of a butterfly. You start off as just a small little caterpillar. That is the young Taz. You, and she'll point at you and poke you, are the cocoon. And your destiny, which I can take you to now, is when you turn into a butterfly.
And how does that save this world? They're going to stop the
You-
fall?
It can. The other you, the true you, has a great deal of influence and could do great things if you had the mind about to do them. If you had, say, remembered to do or interfere with a certain incident, you could affect great change through your own natural actions.
And
Built up, actions built up over decades.
I get it. So, like, Taz is gonna, like, shake Molly's hand, and they teleport back into the distant past, and, like, 3 seconds later, we see the Worm of World's End, aka the big King Dragon Tazran, just fly into view overhead and over the town, ready to save Winter or something.
Something like that.
Alright, yeah, I am down with this plan. Let's do this.
Okay. So, taking up Holly on her offer, she takes your hand, and she waves the Staff of Aegis in the air and creates a portal. And she beckons for you to enter.
Yeah, Taz does it.
And you enter back into the past. The transition is fast as always, but you come out in a very different looking area. Like there is much more forest here now. There's no village to speak of. There's no civilization that you can tell in this area of the world. I need to do a few things before you can fully realize yourself. So please bear with me.
Alright.
And some of this may not be the most comfortable. And she will set a few things on a bag on the ground, and we'll take some stuff out of it. She takes out a let's see, that and that and that and that. She takes out 4 items. She takes first off, as an item that you will recognize. She takes out a ruby the size of a large fist, and its scintillating patterns and light within it make it look like there is a small fire crackling within its shell.
Pretty.
The second item is another jewel. This time it is what looks like a brilliant sapphire, or more accurately, it looks like a block of ice, of pure blue ice that has been painstakingly carved into the shape of a pristine jewel. And you can see that air condenses around it into mist, as if it is extremely cold. And that a third item, another gemstone. This time it is clear what it is. It is in fact a very large diamond. And the third item, fourth item, looks like a strange, almost like a spike of metal, except this spike has what looks almost like a lightning bolt running through it that glows with a pale light.
Is that the ley needle?
No.
Oh.
You can make 4 knowledge, well, 3 knowledge checks.
Okay.
I'll give you the first one for free, though. The ruby you will recognize as the first artifact that you acquired. It is the Heart of Fire.
Whoa. Boop, boop, boop.
And what did you... Let's see. Oh, I'm in the wrong fucking roll 20.
I know that feeling.
Yeah, 28 and 38. The second item you will recognize as that is the soul stone that Holly pulled from the undead dragon Terendelev.
That was the ice dragon we fought at the start of this
giant
adventure,
skeletal
right?
ice dragon that was sicked on you by the evil organization working against you.
Cool, cool.
At the end of the fight, she used a soul drain spell and pulled the entire thing out of it. She seemed to know the dragon itself as well. And the third item is an item that you've only read about. It is called a soul spike, and it is used to enchant objects with great power.
Oh my.
If you would like, Tazran, you can help me. I must conduct a ritual here. It is complex, but you are competent when it comes to arcane theory.
Sure, just tell me what you need me to do.
She will run you through well, maybe another knowledge arcana check, or actually maybe a spellcraft check, actually.
Same thing.
Whatever. Another 24. Yeah, it's a bit. It's definitely very complicated, and it is hard to follow at some point. It's when she is explaining what is going on, but she's able to guide you through the steps of setting up the ritual site. You do have to find a clearing. It requires the drawing of a very large magic circle, about 30 feet across in each direction. And she has you stand at the very center of it.
Alright.
As she goes around the circle, she begins to plant crystalline formations that you can identify as just like concentrations of magic that have been crystallized by some unknown process. Object she acquired from the magical crater in the other time. And she places them around the circle, surrounding you. And then she begins to channel energy into the array itself. And as you watch, you see that the ruby and the sapphire begin to swirl around each other. And as directed by Holly, a stream of light and energy begins to flow from the heart of fire into the soul stone. And not long after, a moment after that, the diamond as well begins to rise, and in it a pure, radiant golden light begins to shine, and then it too begins to run into the soul stone. And as you're watching, the corrupted black core of the soul stone begins to lighten and fade until it is a pure crystal with no more blemishes and no more vile, dark energy within it. And as you're watching, the sapphire begins to change color from blue to purple to pink, and then finally it begins taking on a red hue, much like that of the heart of fire itself. And then it floats, the new crystal, the new ruby, begins to float towards you. And then the heart of fire returns to Holly. And then she starts to step forward. And in her hands is the soul spike. She steps towards you and then starts taking steps that take her up into the air as if she was walking on a set of stairs, until she is eye level with you, and she is floating over her hand is the ruby, and she places a gentle hand on your chest. This is going to hurt, Tazran, but only for a moment. This is your last chance to back down or face your destiny and gain your chance to save your world.
Do it.
It is not often that many people gain a second chance. But if you remember everything that we've done, perhaps you'll actually get it this time. And then she places the ruby on your chest and then slams the soul spike into it and drives it directly into your heart. And your world goes white. Or rather red in this case. There's surprisingly no blood. All you can feel is this heat in you. You may be a salamander, but it feels like someone has just driven a spike of pure lava into your chest. And it feels like you're going to explode. But then the heat spreads throughout your entire body. And things get a bit blurry after that. It's hard to remember, but you can definitely feel yourself growing in size and changing. The soul of an ancient dragon is infused into your very essence. All the power that it has, that accumulated over many, many, many years of life. The power in the soul stone and the soul spike, and all the energies in the array are funneled into you. Your humanoid form is not humanoid for very long, as your scales expand from your legs and arms and tail to envelop your entire body. Your form soon draws you down onto your hands and knees from the pain and the sensations that you are feeling. And all too soon, you start seeing strange sights, as if the trees are so now growing small, and the little form of Holly is now just almost ant-like on the ground beneath you. And soon, as you look around, as the pain starts to fade, finally, it's not an illusion or a trick. You are enormous. You are well bigger than any of the trees around you, and your form is of that of a great regal red dragon from ancients old.
My God.
My God. Ooh, big surprise. She seems weary as she floats up to you. Well, looks like that's that. You are what you were supposed to be now.
So,
Oh great king of dragons.
King of Dragons, you mean? Taz will look down at himself, and I think at this point, like, realization finally dawns. Oh. Oh, I see.
Oh, I see indeed. You are to be a great figure in history, both good and terrible, if you choose that path. You do not have to make the same mistakes that you made already in the past, or in this case, the future. You do not have to make them. This far back, you can do things a little at a time, and you could intervene at the right moment in order to change things. It'll be a long journey to build up the power and influence that you will need, but you have many years to spend on that. You will not age anymore. In fact, you may grow stronger with age. Although I've given you a very good head start on that. Within you now, bound to you and fused with your very spirit, is the soul of a very noble creature. An ancient silver dragon. Though I used the Heart of Fire to change things to be a bit more compatible to you and ensure that you were a red dragon, something more native to this world. She was a great protector of life and justice when she was alive. Her soul has been purified of the undead corruption. And perhaps you can draw strength on that conviction that she held when she sacrificed her life to save mine. I'm afraid that this is where we will now part ways, Taz.
I guess that's for the best. Maybe I'll see you again someday.
Maybe.
Millennia from now.
Possibly. I will leave one other thing with you. It won't be quite the same, but let's say I'm a little invested in you. This whole thing reminds me that I was once an adventurer, out to save my own world, and despite the things that were supposed to hold me back from interference, I got involved completely. And I'm going to put a little bit of that in you, and I'm going to leave my duplicate with you. She's not as powerful as I, not by a long shot, but she's very knowledgeable, very well versed in the ways of magic, and she's very intelligent if you need advice.
I see.
It is then that you'll notice another holly skulk out from the trees and the shadows. It is the simulacrum Folly.
Is that what we're calling her now? Folly?
Folly. It is a good name.
It is.
I am sorry that I cannot leave you with the one person that you would most want to spend time with. But it is not Molly's destiny to be here with you.
No. She has someone better back in the time we just left.
I can promise you one thing. You will see her again. I promise.
Well, that's all a man could hope for.
I wish you good luck, Taz. Right. There's one more thing. One more piece of information.
One more thing.
I will give you no insight. Just a little answer to a question that you have had for a while. And with that, she will reach up, and you'll note that with one of your giant eyes, that the tip of her finger is glowing just a little bit. And she taps you on the snoot, and an image will flash before your eyes.
Ooh.
Just a moment while I go and fetch a picture. Where the fuck did I put it? No, not there. Nope, not there. A little further back, I think, maybe. Oh, I'm getting close. It's really back in my archive, holy shit. How far back did I fucking put this thing? Did I overshoot it? Oh no, did I overshoot it? Do I have to go look? Probably should have gotten this line. Well, we were busy, so I didn't really get anything lined up. No, I definitely overshot it. Killing me. Looking through my archives. Where the hell did I put this fucking picture? How far back is this thing? Shouldn't be this far. I don't want to have to... The fuck is... Okay. Something fuckish going on. It's fine, it's fine. I'm only, trying to find the picture I have of the fucking... There it is. There it is. Okay. Now I'm just gonna whisper this to you.
Okay.
Let's see. And this image will flash into your vision.
What in the ever-loving fuck? Oh. Huh.
And then when the vision fades, Holly is gone, leaving you alone with Folly and a great deal of work ahead of you.
That is not what I expected at all.
No, I didn't think it was. No, I didn't think it was. I wouldn't imagine it is.
Creepy.
Creepy.
Alright, and yeah, goodbye that Taz. See you in
And
a
that is
different
that.
campaign like a year ago.
Taz Blue, goodbye. Wait, no,
No, the other Taz.
Taz Red.
Taz Red, goodbye.
Taz Red, goodbye.
No, it's Tazran.
All right, and then the same with the party. Later on, you'll in about an hour or two after Taz's disappearance, Holly returns.
Have a good talk. I
Yes.
believe Sophie at that point was putting out a fire that she angrily started. And I'm just sort of
Yes.
perched on a log smoking.
We had a very fine conversation.
Uh-huh.
Did you kill other me?
Did you eat other him?
I know I would.
I'm not that good tasting, trust me.
Not eat. Kill.
That's probably not what Molly would say.
Well, some parts are better than others.
I merely helped him find his true calling in life.
Fuckboy? Did you sell him into sex slavery?
I would be pretty decent at that, not gonna lie.
No, nothing like that.
Tazran then realized he missed his true calling as a rent boy.
Ugh.
No, I do believe we had. You were all resting for tomorrow's journey.
That's right.
There will be no more.
Finally be able to head home.
disturbances.
Well, head forward to the future that's still technically kind of a little bit in the past.
Hmm.
And then home. I've got to go apparently put a whole bunch of happy little accidents inside some bunnies, which I'll take that hit for the team.
And as you're talking, it doesn't really seem like Holly's listening. She's looking around.
Something the matter?
No.
Okay.
An idle curiosity.
Are we being watched?
Always.
How very
We have
spooky.
not. They have been watching the entire time we have been here.
Well, yeah.
Trust me when I say
I mean more
there
so
is-
than usual.
Trust me when I say that there has been no action that we have performed that has not gone unobserved.
Delightful. I don't know if that's so much reassuring as the
Fine.
word I would use.
Who else would be watching?
The gods.
Yes. The gods of this realm.
I will blow a kiss to the sky.
The trees rustle with the wind.
That means they like it.
Considering all the shit we've gotten up to, they're really shitty gods.
Hey,
Hmm.
They let us basically unleash a torrent of demons upon the world without interfering.
look, back nowadays, Kalira wasn't a goddess. She'd never allow that.
I wouldn't think too hard about it. Don't worry about them. They probably will not hamper us. They can get really pushy though.
Pushy in what
Anyway.
way?
Don't worry about it. It's not something you need to worry about. It is something for myself to worry about. Anyway. Tomorrow we will jump ahead about a century to gauge whether or not things have gone well, and then we will take our prize. And then we can go home. Well,
All right.
I'm just a little tired.
I imagine so. Would you like to join me in the tent?
No, I think I would actually like to sleep.
Oh, well, okay. It's probably the fairest response.
And she does sound, from the way she talks, she does sound like she is actually weary.
Yeah, I mean, I'm making the assumption that she had to do some mega mystical magic mumbo jumbo and is treating it like any old thing. You know, like usual.
Nothing out of the ordinary here.
Yeah.
Nothing strange at all. Alright. Nothing will happen during the night. And when you wake up, all that you see here now are present and accounted for. Who's that? Hello?
Who else could it be?
Batman?
Oh, it's Hedrah.
Hey, Hedrah.
Yo.
You've not missed anything. There was a bit of a retcon to the way Tazran went, and is now the Worm of Worlds Aegis.
He has fulfilled his destiny. How that destiny will end up playing out is to be seen.
It's at this point you are angrily putting out a fire you started.
Okay.
Out of curiosity, Savin, did you open that picture in a way that allowed the stream to see?
Yes.
Hmm. Okay.
Damn. Now there's a secret therein on that I'm not. This is unacceptable.
Stream, I would like you not to discuss what you saw.
Tell me, you bitches! Mama needs to know. No, it's fine.
It's a secret.
I don't need to know, really. I don't need to know things. Don't make me do things.
And I will trust my players not to go looking at any recordings of this session. Honor system.
Yeah, I'm a good girl. I don't need to know.
I'm looking at all of you.
Especially you, Ghost Nafa.
Especially you, Ghost Nafa. The secret fifth player that we've had the whole time.
I'm assuming it has nothing to do with me, Eddie, but
No.
yeah. Assume it's something for Savin people.
I wonder if it is the boss's true identity.
We already know the boss's true identity.
Mind Flayer, right.
She's from V&D.
It's a dick pic.
Oh, I don't know. I never saw V&D.
Yeah,
It
you
was
didn't
the
miss much.
Wrath of the Righteous adventure path where we all got mythic levels.
Except we didn't, because V just abandoned ship.
Yeah,
Well, no, we got them and then never got to use them even
Alright.
once.
Yeah, we got to the end of the session, got powers, and then never played that game again. It was great.
Yep.
There was a
which is
couple
unfortunate
sessions.
because the next section was all about like
Mass combat.
well,
which we never did.
we never got a chance to do that. About managing your army and stuff like that, and then invading a city and stuff like that. It was going to be really cool. The first couple of books in that adventure are really interesting. Although I hear it breaks down in the 6th book, as you know, super high level Pathfinders is to go.
Especially
Things
with
kind
mythic
of
levels.
Disintegrate. Especially with
Mythic levels do expedite the process of getting way too jacked.
Way too jacked, way too quickly. Anyway.
That's why you don't bother to jack your characters up. You just play fun characters. And you stop trying to metagame every little thing. Cough, cough, crazy about, cough, cough.
But you see, Ivan, if you are not metagaming everything,
You're
then
not
if
playing
one player
Pathfinder.
is metagaming everything, then the entire game break.
That is why I specifically told everybody not to fucking do it. 'Cause it fucks with everybody in the end.
And that's why you should murder those players, like Hedrah suggests. Just have a rest of party, gank them, and sleep.
Problem is, it's easier to murder the other players.
Yeah,
The ones that power
Bob's
jam.
character is very good at dodging.
Not
Man,
always sleep.
I have a dog.
You're
that's
the
an
one with the
Aegis.
dog with like a 40 AC that needs to be...
That dog.
What the
40,
fuck?
It's 20. It's 20 something, which
like-
is totally known for
it's like
Pathfinder's
30.
stupidity. It is not like 30.
It's
I
almost
don't think.
30.
I don't remember now.
Level 6 or 7 party.
What the fuck?
With mythic levels.
Is it a mythic dog?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh. Why is it a mythic dog?
Because I
it's
picked the
a
thing that
hunter
gives you
pet.
yeah, it's a hunter pet.
I don't
so
think it has
It
mythic abilities to increase...
doesn't have mythic abilities, no. It's just mythic.
So,
level.
it's
And
just-
I get mythic feats for having a doggo.
That being said, the hunter animal companion is way better than the ranger animal companion
Well, yeah, that
or
doesn't
the
take a
druid
whole lot.
animal companion. It is a way
Well,
better
the
animal.
hunter animal companion is the druid animal companion at druid animal companion levels, but with all of the ranger free companion feats.
So it's better. It's
In every fucking
it's
way.
It is the best animal companion you can get.
Yep.
Is the hunter one.
Excuse me, the best animal companion you can get is Hearn.
I think you're both wrong. It's a little familiar Spoda, and it can do Spoda
sorry.
waves.
The best animal companion you can get is the leadership feat.
The leadership animal companion.
All right, yeah, I'll give you that. Well played.
Can you get a griffin as a leadership feat companion? It is
Yep.
an intelligent creature.
I do believe they have like a adjustment.
yeah,
God.
Huh?
Oh my god.
it's they can be companions at certain levels, so they are totally templatable as leadership companions.
Okay. All right. Well, the night will pass without any incident, and you wake up, and everyone is here. There are still no other Chaz, but that I suppose should be expected.
Yeah. Morning breakfast is spent telling Taz about more of the horrible fuck-ups that occurred. And some of the fun things he missed.
Like fighting a
I-
Titanic super goose with
Yeah,
like 11 heads.
Taz
While
is
we're
so
having-
sad
while
he
we're
missed
having-
that.
Yeah, while we're like
yeah.
literally eating like Hydra goose foie gras for breakfast alongside some cave and some beer. You know, a good breakfast. Fucking, I'm craving all of those things right now. I can
Cave,
get the
beer,
coffee pot.
goose liver.
Yeah, well, I can't get cave, which is basically Turkish coffee. I don't have anything for that. All things I want. All things I crave.
Many things. And then, let's see. Unless anyone has anything to discuss with the other characters, we can move
No,
on.
yeah,
My
just
brain.
sort of filling Taz in on stuff so that he can meta-ish have knowledge of things we got up to, so his character isn't completely in the fucking lost.
Okay.
So
Just
that whenever... Yeah.
my brain is in boot up mode because I woke up from a nap. It's like,
Ah, right.
wait. Oh shit. D&D, and then I came here.
Well, it's good that you joined us. It is going to be. There's not much. It's a short session because we spent a lot of time doing other stuff. So there isn't like. I mean, I'm not going to go super late or anything. So,
Yeah.
but it's nice to have you here. All right. Then once breakfast is done and everyone is ready to go, Holly will spend some time fiddling with the staff and adjusting its planetary bodies and minute little adjustments here and there. And then she will
1 month.
wave it
1 month.
ahead of us, ahead of you guys. And it will, and the new portal will open, and she will turn to you. 100 years from now. And then once we acquire the object, we will jump again to the mostly present.
And then one last flying leap.
When one final little hop skip to the present day. To our present day.
I've made it to being a very old Hellborg by this point.
It doesn't really, well, time doesn't, jumping from one point to another doesn't count when it comes to your years. Otherwise, I suppose you'd be, when we get back, you'll be well over 1,000.
Huh. I don't know. I mean, most people of all the sort of immortal varieties seem to take the passing of endless aeons in their stride. I might as well treat it the exact same way and be totally nonchalant about these thousands of years I've accumulated in experience.
Well, it's not like you've actually experienced them.
I experienced, like, different points of thousands of years. I mean, it's not far.
You get a glimpse at a world in another time several times.
It's
Alright.
pretty useful, to be fair. It means I get the abbreviated version without the boring years of nothing in between.
She whaps you on the butt with the staff. Go before this portal closes.
Alright, nice. Run them through.
Alright, come on in. Go, go, go.
Yep.
She herds you all in like a bunch of cats. And then is the last one to enter. Hearn has to like squeeze down into this rent in space. And you all will appear in a rather similar looking area. It is a different season. It's a little colder, like winter is here instead of summer.
Winter came.
From the looks of it, it came a lot.
All looks well.
Are you sure?
Now
that it
comes
looks
the
well?
annoying part. You have to find Salaran.
But of course.
I think I will decide. I think I've had enough of this, and we'll make this this transition somewhat easier.
Is that so?
Thank goodness.
Yes.
I mean, basically, you have something you made, right? That's pretty much the ultimate scrying.
I'm going to use the ley needle, and I am going to translocate us to the ley needle's location.
Makes sense?
This is a very potent spell, so all stick together. Please hold hands. I'm going to simultaneously locate the ley needle in this wherever it is in this world, and then I'm going to greater teleport us to it at the same time.
Sweet. Now I will make sure to hold hands. And wiggle my fingers at
Taz.
Taz. Come on, Tazzy.
I don't get the joke, but okay.
This is where you find out I crazy glue our hands together. No way now, motherfucker!
Haha! I got you.
Now hold the bow for me. I need to pull the string. Just snaps your fucking arm off. Oh shit.
Oh, sorry. This Taz does have a robot arm still.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it might have snapped off his normal human arm as well. In fact, if anything, the robot arm is sturdier.
Please no more dismembering me, thank you.
Take
Now,
my
let's
strong
see.
hand!
Now let's see. Where would Saralyn be
Oh my
at
god.
this point in time? That depends what the state of the world is in at this time.
Don't you already know this?
What?
Don't you already know this?
You talking to me, the GM, or the
Yeah, you the GM. It sounded like you were talking as the GM, so...
You think I? You think I know what's going on? Oh, let me tell you how much along for the ride I am on this game. Oh my goodness.
This is a very confused move.
So, Savin,
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna let you help me out here on this, and help me craft what has happened to the world
Third.
with Taz being put into such a place with his current state of mind and
Okay.
his ambitions and goals. What do you think Tazran will do? Will he stay true to his conviction and try to stop the horrors from happening?
Yeah, I think so. I think he's learned his lessons. Finally.
It took a lot of teaching to get him to this point. I'm very proud.
But
Turns out the future we just go back to is the same one we arrived to, because Taz just got murdered by a bunch of dragon slayers early on.
no, what's the word again?
Like, shit, I wasn't expecting that.
But you know what they say. Power corrupts. Absolute power corrupts absolutely.
Sure, I suppose. He thankfully had the chance to, like, completely fuck up once already, so...
Yeah.
Failure
Oh,
is
so
the
he's
best
had
teacher.
practice at fucking up.
Yeah, failure is the best teacher. And considering
It
now that
is.
he's failed, he's a fucking scholar by this point.
The Taz with you guys just glowers.
Hey, you don't know old Taz. He was a dickhead. I was about to be like, can you believe he interrupted a super orgy?
All right.
No respect for super orgies then, man.
So, what would happen then? What would happen on that fateful day?
Let's see, what would happen? I guess, like,
Give it.
Tazran, king of all dragons, is just gonna swoop down to that goddamn village and be like, "You shall not take these ones," rah," and just use fear aura to make all those stupid elf knights run away. I
Except
caution.
they're paladins. They're immune to fear.
Alright, well, he'll be really scary, because they're not immune to being afraid, just to the fear effect.
Being afraid of a giant super dragon.
Yeah, I mean, like, common sense itself is still the best way to make someone afraid.
Dude, it's an elf. They don't have common sense.
Hey, I take that personally.
I mean, they did,
They have
and
a
they did sort of start
They
this whole
have a
fucking
seaman
mess.
sense.
Yet,
Eh.
yet that might not be the end of things. You may you drive them off the first time, but they report back to to their commander who sent them out in the first place. And now she's found out that the King of Dragons has taken a very special interest in the two that she was going to have arrested and brought to trial. This does not please the...
Well, the Queen of the Elves can come
Paladin.
talk to the King of the Dragons. And we're gonna sit down and we're gonna fucking talk about this. In fact, I think King Dragon Taz would summon her. Like, immediately after the Knights leaves, he's gonna get some other dragon and be like, yo, bitch, come over here.
I need you to send a message.
It's not about it. It's about sending a message.
Okay. So who is this woman again? What is her title? Her
Galewyn Autumn Star.
Galewyn Autumn Star.
Lord Winter's
She's
mommy.
And she is the...
God, what the fuck was her title? I think she's just the champion. No, she's not the champion Italian at this point. She's
That was
just...
August.
Yeah, she's... like the Grand Knight or something like that. She's a paladin queen type. Because there's no actual like nobility amongst the elves. There's just the paladins. It's like being at the head of the round table.
Okay.
Yes, hello, dog. It's very exciting to be a husky right now, I guess.
Don't you see? I saw you, they were semen demons. Just fucking
So
gay wind something. Autumn Star.
So you send out this message, and some days pass, and then a week passes, and then a procession. It looks like almost like a small army has come to your mountain, your great home, and at the center of it is the High Lord Galewyn Autumn Star.
Do I have like a volcano doom fort now? 'Cause that would be fucking sweet. Oh, wait, I do have a volcano doom fort. I have the fucking temple in the mountains.
Yes. It's called a Wormhold.
Yes. Volcano
It's been
doom
on the
fort.
map, on the overworld map.
Oh god, I'm just Darth Vader now.
Sup, Sauron?
I feel like
How you
Taz
doing?
would have a little eccentricity to him.
Oh yeah, you better fucking believe he does. Let's fucking warm it
Believe
up.
it.
Maximum Dragon. So yeah, well, at this point there's probably like 2 or 3 other like big old dragons like roosting around too. Because you know you don't just leave the king's castle unguarded. That ain't how
No,
it goes.
that'd be dumb.
But yeah, he'll just invite them all in and like sit Galewyn down and be like, "Yo, so look, I'm a time traveling dragon because it's magic, bitch. And let me tell you how this worked out the first time you tried this shit."
I don't know how. I don't think that's gonna go over too well.
No?
No, time travel's a bit. I mean, it's time travel.
I mean,
Unbelievable.
Ancient Dragon, though. Ancient Dragon talking to the former champion of the God of Magic.
But you can't
Okay.
roll sense motive and all that shit, and you aren't lying.
Well, I mean, if that doesn't work, Taz is just going to be like, okay, look, these two are under my protection. I will not let you harm them.
Okay. Okay. It's gonna roll a d20 then.
Alright. Let's find out if this bitch wants a dragon war or not. I'm guessing she's not suicidal, but...
You bitches, you like dragon wars?
See a sense
Because
motive.
that's how you get Dragon Wars. But
This is how you
no.
get dragon
This is
wars.
absolutely how you get dragon wars.
Well, she clearly does not enjoy. She does not like what she is hearing, but she does not hear any lie in your voice. But she didn't get to where she was. But she didn't get to her position in the world by simply. She didn't get to where she was today easily. So she's going to.
Fucking zone of truth me. I don't care.
Exactly what she's going to do. She's going to say a prayer to her god Talion, and she's going to then ask you to tell her again exactly why you are interfering with justice.
Yeah, I'll tell her the same shit. Like if you murder one or the other of these two, the world's gonna basically end for the elven kind.
These two hold the key to your entire race's future. If you destroy them, it will be the start of the end for your entire race.
Yeah.
Allow me to paint you a fucking incredible picture with actual experience. Also, your god was fucking listening.
Dragon, using your vast magic as an ancient dragon, you probably do. Like, we'll even
Yeah, I put on the slideshow
and create an illusory, display of vicious
PowerPoint presentation.
Ow.
Of vicious imaginings of the horrors of the war to come, the conquest of the elves by a legion of demons, sometimes led by the form of August, clad in black armor and donning a icy snowflake for his emblem, and other times it's Ereshka, terrible in her might and need for vengeance.
But while I'm saying this, I'm going to stress that if you just don't fuck with them, then everything's fine. Just leave them alone.
Leave this demon be, this queen of their kind. Just leave them. Leave August to her whims.
Yeah, that's right. Right where he wants to be.
She will slam a hand down onto the table, onto your meeting table. Obviously, he's just under her control.
Why don't you use a little magic to determine just how wrong you are?
With a being as powerful as her, I wouldn't be surprised if she could interfere with such things as well. I cannot take the chance.
Then what will you do, Queen of Elves? I tell you, Lord to Lord, King to Queen, my words are the truth, as are hers. Their intentions are pure. These two want nothing but to be left alone in their love for one another. You may not like it, you may not agree with it, you may find it disgusting, but the future of our world depends on you accepting it, and that's exactly what you're going to do.
Out of the corner of your eye, you see one of the attendants. You see an attendant of the queen slide into the lineup next to the others, seemingly unnoticed.
I will look right at him.
Doesn't look at you, and you smell something, a scent in the air.
Was ist?
You're with your keen senses as an ancient dragon. You smell that someone that doesn't smell like an elf is, or doesn't smell like an elf or a dragon is here.
Does it smell like a demon?
Perhaps. Yes. It could
I
be.
dispel magic it.
Okay, you cast a glance at this person, and with a utterance of a single ancient word of power, you shatter the illusion that this guard had, and beneath is just a kitsune with red tails and red hair. She
Oh,
looks incredibly shocked to have been.
hi, Kalira. How's it going? Don't worry, your mom's safe and sound.
The Queen of Elves will not look at this intruder, and the guards will start to surround Kalira. What is this?
No.
Who is this? Who is intruding on this meeting?
Why, the Demon Queen's representative. Another of my guests.
Yes. I'm the representative for Urashka, the Queen. Fine. Hurry up and take a seat. There's a lot to discuss. I'll look at the guards. Don't let anyone else in. I don't care if they're supposed to be here. They should have been here already. They will salute and go close and guard the doors.
Just give Callie a little knowing wink.
She looks up at you with a worried expression, but doesn't.
It's fine. Everything's fine. Just gonna diplomatize with the elves until they relent.
I think that. Alright. Okay. Is there any other words that you'd like to say to her? To the Queen? Any other things you want to say to try and convince her?
I don't know, I'm just gonna try and impart unto her that not all demons are inherently wicked, and that this Ereshko is pure of heart, that all she desires is to be with the man she loves, and all your son wishes is to do the same with the woman he loves. That she has no right to interfere, and if she does, she dooms our world to damnation. Me along with it, so would you kindly not? And her as well. She'll die, I'll die, we all die. For what? Nothing. Just for blind hatred and zeal. Why don't you talk to this Demon Queen? Get to know her. Find out for yourself what kind of woman she is. Yeah.
I don't imagine that Paladin of old would really converse with a demon, let alone a Queen of Paladins would do so. So, you are great and terrible in your power and knowledge. And you have this representative of the Demon Queen is there and is backing what you say. And you have a sage of old who will also vouch for what the future that you have foretold.
Yeah, that's right. I got an oracle. And Zone of Truth her, too.
So in the end, I believe she is unhappy with how this is going. She would much rather take August back to the capital and away from this queen. However, with you and those around you, she cannot simply take him. So how this will end is it'll be an uneasy truce between her and this demon queen.
Yeah.
But she notes that this is not going to be the end of this conversation.
Of course not. I like how literally the second you say that, Tosh just sneezes all over my feet.
Achoo!
It's not over. Not yet.
Thank you, sweet.
No, it's
not
over.
over.
It's not over.
There you go.
It's
High
not
five,
over your
Yay,
feet.
third. Nice. High five, third.
It's so gross. Yeah, alright, so Dragon King Taz doing God's work.
Seems so.
And, yeah, he's just gonna take extra precautions to make sure they don't get assassinated in the immediate future.
They have been in your protection, and they appreciate that what you are doing for them. Well, they are somewhat confused still that you are going so far for just two people like this. Even if you have seen visions of the future. Some prophetic visions of what is to come.
I only regret that I can't go even further.
And final solution, then?
Yes, clearly this Taz just has to wipe out the elves instead. Haha! Fixed point in history. No.
Well.
There would be a solution. So how do you intend to save these two? By destroying all of the elves except, that one and his wife.
So, with that in mind, the party, you will, taking up Holly's hand and linking with everybody else, you will find yourselves rushed through the world, transported to a distant location.
Neat.
And I don't have a map. I don't have a map prepared for this, so we'll theater of the mind it. It is what looks like a secluded little valley, surrounded on sides by mountains. The sky seems a little stormy today, with rumbling of thunder, but no rain just yet. There's a small little lake in the middle of this valley, and Holly directs you that the one we want is not far that way, closer to the shore.
I cast Earthquake on the valley.
Earthquake, destroy it all!
Rocks fall, they all die. There we go. Final solution. No, but seriously. I'm not casting Earthquake.
As you go, you approach the shore, and there you find what looks like a man who seems to be busying himself around near the shore. Seems to be preparing for something.
Yeah, what does he look like he's preparing for? Us? The end of the world?
Like he's preparing. No, he's preparing for the.
Well, he looks like he has a lot of supplies, and you can the wizards in your party can tell that there are a lot of reagents and magical focuses. There seems to even be a large number of very large and pristine diamonds and residium shards.
Wait,
Some kind
shards?
some kind of grand array he's constructing.
Wait, actual shards or grains?
Shards. They look like slivers of broken glass that are being suspended around within the array of this giant ritual circle.
Yeah, like if it's actual residuum, Sophie would just wipe away the drool at this corner of her mouth.
What's up, Sophie? Is that like delicious wizard cake?
That is extremely delicious wizard cake.
It is the breath of creation.
Oh, residium. Yeah, look, I do book learning too.
Yeah, and you know, in the future, well, the time that we initially came to, they had everything measured in grains, literal tiny grains of sand, and
That is pretty crazy.
points at the, yeah, that's an entire shard.
As you are pointing this out, the man seems to finally notice you, and he stands and seems to freeze in place. He points at you. You! Who are you? What are you doing here?
Well, I mean, that's a bit rude. You didn't introduce yourself first.
My name is Sarilyn Starshaper, and I would do you well to stay far away from this place and this circle.
Well, I mean, it's a pleasure to finally meet you. This is a meeting that is super long overdue. My name is Mierah. This is Sophie. This is Taz. This is Cadia. This is Han, and yeah, you know what? This actual introduction could go quite a while. I'm just gonna expedite that. It's a pleasure to meet you, and you have something that we kind of need.
Everyone always wants something from me, but I'm busy. I can't help you right now. Make an appointment, and maybe I'll come with my laboratory, and perhaps I'll help you later.
You didn't even hear what? It could have been an amazing thing, considering we sort of popped out of thin fucking nowhere.
If you cannot see.
Yeah, what is it you're busy with? Maybe we can help. Bit tit for tat. I don't know if you noticed, but we got some heck of fucking magic going on over here too. We're very good at accomplishing multiple things.
Please, I doubt you'd understand. It's far too advanced.
I mean, I wouldn't.
I am going to create a golden age in our world.
Hey, how do you feel about like gigantic building-sized war golems and then scrapping the idea when it turns out that it would be an unnecessary waste of resources? You know, with like an epic hammer of some kind of incredible degree. Oh, or how about, having a secret workshop in insert location name here?
Golems? Why would I waste my time with war golems?
I mean, you didn't need to. I mean, you know what you would do and what you would make if you did do it. But luckily, those events never came to pass that required you to do such a thing.
He squints at you. Oh, great. Great. Some crazy people have found me.
Oh, please. You're like way crazier. See some of the shit you came up with.
Or, since Sophie has been in touch with said golem, she can rabble up a few things from his hand, from Salamander handiwork, like you had the ring there, and then you had several of the arcane inscriptions. That's something
he's not paying attention to you. He's going back to his work at on the array.
So, what do you know about the Heart of Magic? I'm just gonna speed this shit along while you're so busy doing whatever the hell it is you're doing.
He does like trip a little bit, and then take a deep breath and like almost like hold it as he's like very slowly putting something down the ground that he almost dropped when you said that word. He looks at you like, now he's a little wary. What do you want to know?
I mean, we already
know
know
it.
like everything about it. Possibly more than you do by this point. God, I just like turn to the others. It is really hard to actually explain this kind of thing, considering that like all the shit that he's here for never really happened.
Yeah. I
He
see.
looks at you, each of you now, actually bothering to pay attention.
Come on, look at them with your magic sight. One of them's gonna actually wait. Be careful, because one of them might actually literally blind you.
What is
I
you
fully
there?
expect
points-
to like ignore that.
He points at your group. What are you doing here? What is the dragon sage doing here? Did
I'll be fucking damned!
did that king send you?
Don't you worry. We knew Taz when he was an a little bit of, I don't know. It's just like a
He's
look
not
at the
pointing at
actual
Tazran.
Taz. Yeah, no, exactly. Like, you know Taz the big dragon? That's funny. We knew him ages ago, thousands of years ago, actually.
He squints at you again. What the? And now he's looking a little. He doesn't. His face is a mix of emotions, from confusion to wariness to just like almost some kind of fear that he's now
Yeah.
looking. Fear.
Look, it's fine, okay? So, the Heart of Magic is some super dangerous magical stuff. But before we even get to that, what is it you're trying to accomplish here, your great work? Like in actual details, assuming that we'll be able to follow along with all of it. Come on, indulge us.
His hand like goes to one of the pouches on his on his robes, and just kind of like holds it there for a moment as he's watching you. Like I said, I am going to bring about a golden age of prosperity.
Mm-hmm.
Bye.
I don't expect you to understand. I don't expect many of you to understand.
Give it a go.
Perhaps the sage would know what it is I'm trying to do.
This one isn't the sage. This one here is... what kind of multiplication of more powerful than that sage would you think that you are, boss?
I'm vastly stronger than Folly. I am an order of magnitude more powerful, if you want to get specific.
Do it. Try detect magic. You'll go like fucking blind.
Oh, he wouldn't actually.
Oh, have you got that all?
None of
unlocked?
you have ever bothered to try, but you wouldn't really see anything from me.
Ah, okay, cool.
Surprising, I know.
Well, no, I mean, I assume that you got that unlock. You have a lot of specialist employees, and I imagine that blinding all of them would be terribly convenient.
She doesn't answer.
Yeah, yeah. This is where I'm thinking, like, she's done this before and blinded, like, everyone and be like, I need to figure this shit out.
Fine. I will try to explain it in terms you can understand. Residium, is the concentration of magical power that is mined from the ground, by the dwarves. It contains a great deal of power, but where does it come from? It comes from underground, in veins that run through the earth. But I have observed that is not where they come from. They don't simply come from the earth. They come from this. They come from the heart. When non-living matter makes contact with the heart and stays there for too long, the energies within begin to spread out from it and transform the surrounding earth or stone into Residium.
So you're
very-
using the Heart of Magic to essentially seed more Residium?
Oh, I'm going to do far more than that.
Uh-huh.
I've studied it, and it has shown me things about what it is supposed to become. This ritual is going to create an unlimited supply of Residium here above the earth, where it does not have to be simply mined. We will tap the essence of magic itself.
That's way too dangerous for, like, you know, even technically immortal people.
With this much power at our disposal, we could revolutionize all magic as we know it. All
What cost?
Problems of life could be solved.
Okay, what's your
We
name?
would have
again?
all the magic in the
Kinathis?
universe at our fingertips to use to better all life.
That's Sophie's intelligence roll to figure out exactly what he's fucking doing.
Well, with that intelligence check, you remember the very start of this adventure, where you were in the Holly's chambers, and she was telling you about the Heart of Magic. And she told you a secret of the universe about where it comes from. It comes from another plane. These things come from another plane.
Oh, right, that god
and
tree.
They come from a tree. A tree of pure magic that the gods then pick these from and then use to seed magic in their own worlds.
So he's literally trying to tear a hole through the fabric of reality and reconnect the fucking seed to the tree itself.
No, that is not what your character discerns.
Okay,
your character
phew.
discerns is that he's attempting, from this array that you can see and all the power that all the Residium that he's charging it with, that he looks like he's trying to catalyze the seed.
He's trying to, like, quite actually make it do its seed thing, right?
Yes, he's trying to grow a tree of Residium. At least that is what you get that he is attempting to do with this array.
Wait.
He's trying to spark its
that?
growth.
What was in that letter to
guys.
myself? It mentioned
know.
stopping him doing a ritual.
Guys,
I do
let
believe
me-
that we have to stop it. Because I
what's the
told
word
me.
again? You know the scene from Guardians of the Galaxy when they first detect the fucking of power, the first Infinity Crystal, and then you see them slamming the hammer down on the planet and everything turns to crystallization there.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty much what's gonna fucking happen.
I don't want that to happen. This place is nice.
Yeah.
Have you seen all the monster girls that exist? They're way too cute. No. We've got to do this for the monster girls.
Yeah, that's literally Taz led him up.
Alright.
We talk in the crystal, and that's pretty much what's gonna happen.
Are you not entirely sure that using this magical crystal to try and seed a Residium tree from a thing that I can't actually say out loud or it'll piss off some people that are rather far away but, you know, quite able to hurt me. Are you not sure that trying to do this won't actually just fucking destroy everything?
Why? What? Of course I'm sure.
How many thousands of years have you been working on this, then?
I have been This has been my This has been the focus of my work for over a decade now.
A decade?
The heart showed me. what it wants to become. It's shown me how to do this.
Yeah, but you're not a god. You can't.
And I think at this point Taz will step forward and like take Mierah by the shoulder and say, "Yeah, but you know who is?" And then he'll like nod towards Molly or Holly.
Yeah.
Come on, boss. What do you say?
Wait, you want the boss to plant it instead of this guy?
Yeah.
Well,
Doesn't that solve the
technically,
problem?
that could work.
I mean, it makes it safe, I guess, but I mean, not our call.
It's hard. Such a thing is hardly my call either.
Indeed. So we're at a point here where we can either leave him to do it, and effectively wreck every living being on this planet, or we can have you do it and actually make it work.
Choice
we
seems
just say
clear to me.
fucks to it and, just take the thing.
There's that too.
Yeah.
Kina,
Yes?
were you paying attention there?
Yes?
None of us are saying anything, so it's not.
Yeah. Like, but that's the choices right now.
Yeah,
Like-
it's we take the thing, or
Your
you
choices are, let him do
Or-
it, take it for yourselves,
or convince
or
the boss to
let
do
her.
it instead.
hide, or that.
I mean, honestly, I kind of know how this world turns out because we've seen the future of it, and I mean, it's fine. It's a world. I think we can just
It's-
take this thing.
It's not fine. It is not fine.
It's not our fucking place to change it, but it is kind of our place to stop this guy from blowing it up.
We've already changed it, and this isn't... Frustrated.
We've changed
grunting.
it so fucking much. I wonder what we're even doing here now.
You just take the thing.
Like I said, there is the choice of let him up. Wink, wink, gun, gun, nudge, nudge, bang, bang.
Yeah.
Or, let the boss do it. That's right now the only choice. Because if he finishes his ritual, if he finishes, just wait bye-bye to everything organic.
Yeah. It seems like an obvious choice.
But still, I mean, this would be down to Holly to be the one to do it if that's the case. So, are you sure you don't want to weigh in on this decision that sounds like we're starting to make on your behalf, there, boss?
I'm not going to say what he is trying to do is impossible. And I'm not saying what you are intending is also impossible. We are the Foundation, and we stop people from misusing artifacts, whether it is that we buy them and store them, steal them and store them, or make it so that they cannot ever be used again.
Oh, I
If
mean,
we
this
were
would
to
stop it from
render
being-
the heart into a state where it can no longer be simply used in its raw form, that we would be fulfilling our duty.
See?
Then this world would be also a lot more alive.
You are greatly understating that.
Come on, boss. It's the right thing to do.
The amount of magic that such an act would charge this world with. It would be very, very rich. It would become one of those worlds.
It would become one of those high magic settings.
So, is this what you actually want me to do? You wish me to try? You wish me to You wish me to hijack his array and make this work?
Just Taz as well. Do you really want to do this, Taz? To like, just do the thing?
Yes,
And change it
absolutely.
completely.
This is what my
Alright.
world's been denied since its inception. This will make it whole again.
This isn't going to piss off any gods.
Well, technically, it would actually empower them to a certain degree.
Maybe. I don't know. I mean, wasn't it their choice that it didn't happen in the first place?
I don't
No,
think
they
so.
did this to separate themselves in the first place from the rest of the, well, cosmos, so to speak.
I don't think it was intentional. It was sort
No,
of
they
a
fucking-
cosmic
who knows?
accident.
Who knows? Well, I mean, I guess they know. Or maybe they don't even.
Yeah.
Do any god like look up? Do any gods want to weigh in on this shit?
No, but anyway, so, well, guess we're doing this then.
We're gonna have to go with the school child thing of like, look, I'm gonna just start walking forwards and kicking it. If you don't get out of the way, it's your own fault. It's like, okay, we're just gonna look here. We're gonna just see the world with magic, and if you don't do a fucking thing, it's your fault.
So what are you going to do?
It's the question
I
is,
guess
what's
ask
Holly gonna
Holly
do?
to seed this place with magic, so that it becomes a high magic setting, and officially non-canonical.
Yes.
This whole thing is non-canonical.
Ah, yeah.
Everything
It
I
rips it-
wanted is coming true.
Rip it entirely from the time stream.
It's causing so much. You're changing so much that it just becomes a different reality.
Yeah, yeah.
Yep.
A different reality that can be used in the future for something else.
Yep. Like, say,
Okay.
the OD&D game.
The OD&D game.
Which is totally where this game is set.
It's set in this.
Yeah, clearly.
Which
Well, you say
version?
clearly like that's self-explanatory. Holy shit.
Because where I see this going is a very different place.
That's fine. Everything's
Straight to
fine.
hell in a handbasket.
You are in. Very well. It's your world.
It's your
And
world.
she. Well.
I mean, I understand Salad Forks has been busy with his array thing. Has he not been listening in on our crazy conversation, or has he been?
He's kind of half paying attention to what you're doing. He seems very focused on what he's been doing. He stops sometimes to look at you, but then he goes back to his like frantic work.
He hears an exceptionally crazy keyword, and he's like, "What the fuck? Wait." No, nothing. I'm sure it's nothing.
There does seem to be a bit of an air of crazy to him.
Yeah, I think this guy's become unhinged by like reaching too deep into a god's brain or some shit.
Yeah, yeah.
Likely exposure to the artifact that he doesn't fully understand.
Yeah.
No. Yeah, not fucking German door.
She's not. Hold person.
Yay!
There we go.
Get him out of the way.
Kill them, wander over and give him a goosey goo with under the arms. All right, Mr. Crazy.
And don't touch anything.
Yep, I'm cool. I know better than to like get my feet all up in strange eldritch circles. Otherwise, you end up with a place like Skywall. And we have choose your own gravity there. Well, choose your own plane of reference. You guys would love it. It's insane.
She makes a note of taking the heart of magic from Salarin.
Sorry, Salad Forks. I know that you really wanted to do this yourself, but you're just not as hella magical as this woman, and she's probably going to do it right instead of, detonate the world. You know how much time travel happened to get here? So much time travel. It's just helpless to listen to this crazy nonsense.
You just do a fucking small globe of major image to show if you try to do it and it ended up bad, and they just show the stuff you've seen from Guardians of the Galaxy to entire world just spreading crystallization there. That would be literally everything.
Can I have a perception check?
Sure.
Very well.
Shit, dice rolling this one.
We roll dice in this game?
Yeah, sometimes.
Yeah.
God, why would I even bother, actually? You know what, sure, let's give it a go.
I mean, I know what Sophie's going to see. 20, 41, 21.
God, my 11 looks like your fucking 5. This is bullshit.
Bullshit. Alright, well, Sophie is the first one to notice. And she hears footsteps coming. Several sets of footfalls are approaching.
Incoming. Direction.
Behind you,
direction
from the forest you came from.
Ah, scheiße.
Alright. Still got an arm around Salad Forks because he was in the kneelie position when he got holded.
Taz, be ready to put some lead on range.
For a brief moment, you feel you see a shadow just pass over and then disappear. And you start hearing the thunder above you begins to rumble louder.
Uh-oh.
Huh. Is that a god then? I mean, if they don't want this to happen, then we can stop.
Well, here's the thing. Detect invisibility can see, invisible people.
Nothing happens when you detect invisibility. But after a moment or two, you see what is the source of all the footfalls. The first to come out from the forest is a man, tall and regal. He looks like an elf and is donned in what looks like fine robes and wearing a
Flavors quality than I had.
No.
He fucking wishes.
To your eye, you see nothing but perfection in what he was wearing. Not a single stitch is out of line. Every single thread is perfectly placed.
Oh, nice. So it's like in the high
Mr. Fancy
pants.
Pants.
and around his neck is what looks like a symbol. And then another,
Italian.
then another comes. This, a very attractive young woman with a swishing tail and little cat ears rising from her head. She is tanned of skin and bears a number of tattoos. And around her neck is another symbol. And then again another person. This one is drastically different.
Pantheon.
This one is different. Yes, essentially, one by one. One by one, what you can guess is only the avatars of the deities themselves are approaching you from the forest. And then that shadow appears over you again, and the thunder rumbles. And then with a thunderous crash behind you, and the sound of something splashing titanically into the surf of the lake, you look behind you, and there is a dragon, titanic in size, with scales polished a ruby red. And up, sitting on its shoulder, is what looks like a cloaked figure.
Folly. Taz, fuck, you got big, dude. Look at you in your new future.
Well, I figured this is what would happen if we decided upon this. I was wondering when they would finally approach.
Yeah, I mean, it's been like 20 minutes for us. Probably quite a few more years for you.
They approach, and Talion will come the closest. And yeah, his voice rings clear across the distance, speaking perfectly, almost indirectly into you. And you can feel with his voice a pressure or a kind of a presence falls over your very soul. What you do is not what you do here is not for you to decide. This is far more power than mortals should be allowed to wield.
Isn't that kind of the point? Why we're here?
Yeah.
This act would change the very face of this world. Not just for the potential benefit of more magic to be used, it would change everything. It's not just the people would be changing, not just more sorcerers would be born. The plants and animals would change as well. Do you not think about that? Think about all the creatures that would become far more magical in nature. All the monsters that were created, that breed and spread, would be empowered by this just as well.
So you're saying the same cycle as usual, but only more magical then? Or are you saying it would be an imbalanced growth? I don't know.
Impossible to say. Such a tree has not been made. Has not been made since the world tree Yggdrasil was made in the plains, in the other planes.
Well, I did say if the gods turned up and said no, then we would stop. So I don't want to be made into a liar.
Yeah.
Oh, right. Salamander, this is your entire pantheon.
He is staring. He's frozen in place, but he is staring.
He would be just as frozen even if Hold Person hadn't been cast.
Yeah. So, as you see, this is what I'm.
We have watched you as you have appeared several times throughout time, traveling with your artifact and meddling.
You
We have
do you
had
know that meddling means rape, right?
You have been sticking your fingers in pies that are not yours, and it is only the assurance from your master that we have not intervened before.
Alright then.
She walks on a very thin ice already, and without our consent to such an act, it would be very bad for her. Oh, he looks a little uncomfortable.
Alright then. I'd say we just take this and go. It goes away into storage, a hidden little place where no mortal can touch it, and then it's fine. All good and handy. Then you don't have another salad finger starfruits.
The dragon behind you will lean down, crane down his long neck, and you can feel the air rush from the breath that comes from his nostrils. That is not to say that we disapprove of improving the lives of all the people here.
God, I look at like just other like Taz Blue and be like, wow, it looks like turning into a dragon has not given you any chill.
Did you think it would?
Now I see why most people can't be trusted with like ultimate power and stuff. They lose their ability to chill.
Power does strange things to people.
You know what? I think I would make an excellent god, but you know, maybe in a few more years.
Yeah, that would have been fun to see.
What, God Mierah? I mean, yeah.
Oh yeah.
God, power like that brings a lot of responsibility and rules. It's not as...
Oh, sure, but I mean, I'm capricious and chaotic in nature. I think I would handle it pretty well.
That would depend on what realms and aspects you would.
Yeah, I don't think it would be as much fun here.
Up and down. Just looks Mierah up and down. You would represent.
Well, I mean, is there any dog god? The god of alliteration.
I think you would also incur revelry.
Revelry would be fun, yeah. I mean, they already have a revelry here, so I mean, it wouldn't be here anyway. Not that I even really, you know, like give it like a few years or something. This is all entirely hypothetical, by the way, actual divine beings.
Well, one of them, at least one of them, seems to be the quadrupedal draconic Kanara seems to be amused, seems to giggle, and is amused with your antics.
I like that one. She's the best. Yeah. I mean, okay then. So, gods, do you want this thing to happen or to not happen? Like, I guess right this moment is the crux of whether it does or doesn't. And I'm sure you guys are all eternal and stuff, but sadly I am actually someone who ages.
And we already have points at task 1-4. Oh well, that would
We
be
have
2-4
seen,
looks up at other tasks.
as I said, we have seen you meddle in our affairs, and but you have disrupted a number of things and interfered in history. However, in doing so, you have averted crisis. You have saved some of our own lives, as I have been told.
Oh yeah, there were like way less of you.
Yeah.
My life included.
Yeah. I still remember seeing statues of you, and then I will grin at the giggly dragon tar.
And what's the name? Not Myrtha, Mierah, Silver,
Mithras.
Mithril, Mithras.
Mithras, yeah, Mithras was great. Oh my
Yes.
gosh, she has the best priestesses.
She
Might I say
Mithras
Mithras?
smiles.
Big fan.
I figured you would be.
You have
So
done
wait,
us.
is the god of what's the name? The hobgoblins there?
Agaresh?
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know. It was Agaresh an old god of.
Yeah, Aegis has been around
Four times?
forever.
Yes, there is
Oh,
a
yeah.
particularly fiery-looking guy.
He's
And
flaming!
just-
They did the Hobgoblin War Priest did not tell you about
In
that
fact,
particular
he
aspect of
actually-
Agaresh.
He has a beard made out of lava.
That's pretty fucking dope.
Okay. Yeah, and especially didn't turn out well for you.
A beard of lava and has a huge axe made of fire.
Yeah. Yeah, that didn't turn out too well.
You have done us a favor, myself included. And have saved many, many lives in your actions. And the great and the Dragon King has told us much about you, and that your intentions can be trusted, despite where you come from and who you work for.
Mm-hmm.
So
This feels
how
pretty
about
big.
It is big.
How about y'all? So how about y'all then give a hand and make a new world for everyone?
Just gonna start pulling out a fine smokable and a bottle of alcohol. This looks like some wizard grade shit that I am not qualified for. But I'm happy to watch.
Oh, I'm just gonna stand next to it and take the bottle from what's her name again, from Mierah. And it's like, yeah, this is even wizard shit above my level, so I'm gonna be here right next to you.
Excellent.
It's cool though.
Oh yeah, it is super cool.
Mm.
I never thought I'd see
And then
the day
Agaresh
Sophie called
walks
something
over.
Cool.
Well, the Worm of World's End. He's not World's End right now, actually.
It's just the Taz of World.
King Tazran will pick. I'll actually pick you all up.
I can show you the world.
And Molly will hug Taz's neck very tightly.
Which one?
The giant Tazran, the giant dragon.
Aww.
Squidge up.
But Taz is like
Squid.
8-10 feet or something like that, isn't he?
I mean, she can get her arms. It's like on Taz's neck. Give him a squeezle.
No, I meant the Salamander Taz is like 7, 8, 10 feet, some shit like that. And then we got giant Mega Dragon Taz. The Mega Sword.
Giant mega dragon.
And then there's me, good old
Okay,
8 foot.
we got Borkbot. We got the Borkbot, we got the Mander Taz, and then we got the Mega Sword. It's perfect. Fucking Power Rangers, I hear.
Form the head!
And then you've got the
That's
fucking
Voltron.
I'm gonna put a
five and a half feet.
I'm just going to slide an image into. I'm just going to slide an image into the chat here, and it is not safe for work at all. Do not put it in stream.
I will still greatly enjoy this.
Okay.
I'll enjoy this for you, stream. Oh yeah, I remember that one.
Seems a little appropriate at this point in time. Anyway.
Absolutely.
But anyway.
Sorry, stream. Another time. Another place.
The Holly will look up at the dragon, and will just give him a knowing look, and we'll turn away. And Tazran starts to flap his wings and begins to slowly ascend.
Are we not allowed to be at ground zero then for the Magic God Party?
Oh
No.
Oh no! No.
No,
No.
you do not want to
We,
be around for this.
Alright then, I call
I will
that
take you to a safe distance
the
where
other
you
side of
can
the world.
still
Yeah.
watch.
Good luck,
And-
gods!
Holly will stare at the gods. We'll look at each of them, and we'll ask almost incredulously, "Seriously? You actually want to do this?"
Huh?
Holly's talking to the gods, and you are able to hear just a little bit of some of their conversation through this presence that the gods have around them. It is allowing, it is
but
making their voices travel.
We have the communicators, so we can hear.
She
We
seems
got
to be a little
technology.
exasperated, and then she takes her hood off and just like puts her hands on her hips. Whatever. She shakes her head and then just steps away, and they begin to close in. And as you are watching, you begin to see things move around on the array, as if things are rearranging themselves. Holly takes out her staff with a heart of magic in it, and you see her form almost seem to like burst with a purple light, and then you see something happen. As you are watching and ascending, you see her explode. A column of fire just erupts from her body, and you do not see any more Holly. This fire just swirls around like a tornado, growing larger and wider. And as you're watching, you see flickers of something, a shadow inside, long and sinuous, like a tremendous tail of something.
Ooh.
You see light begin to radiate from within this fire, and you see shapes expanding, moving, flexing inside of it. And then, with almost like a sweep of a great arm, you see the fire extinguished. And there's a form inside that you've never seen before, that none of you have ever seen before.
Ooh.
Does it have tits?
All important questions.
What you see is almost serpentine in appearance. A tremendous tail, something looks like approaching 20 or 30 feet in length, though it is covered in orange and red and yellow feathers down its back. This long form at the tip of its tail ends in a fan of fiery feathers that are now sparkling with a purple energy. And up its sinuous body, you see its length fatten into what looks into almost like hips, and then that's where the snake body fades into a much more humanoid form.
It's fucking Shenron.
Up, the
A car.
the snake,
Oh yeah.
the serpentine feathers shed into a pale skin, which is swathed in a gauzy violet royal purple silk. And as you watch, 4 arms will rise up, to holding, each of them clasping this staff with a heart of magic in it, as she is channeling this power. But that's not one of the most important things that you see. There are 2 other features about this person. First is that where the hips are, you see a pair of tremendous wings expand, and then a second set at her back, and then a third set of wings sprout from her head. And then finally, your eyes are drawn to her veiled head. And above it, you see a ring, a tremendous golden ring that spans out like a crown around her head, light glimmering off of it, and it is encrusted with jewels. Glowing script seems to flow around it, almost like illusions that are just spiraling around and around this tremendous floating crown. And now I will show you the picture that I showed Savin earlier. This is an older.
So what you're saying
version.
is that you. What you're saying is that
That
you shove.
is the true form of Holly.
Oh, so it was what I thought it was. You did shove a snake tail up the ass of Shinji's, final form, Eva.
Good old Eva. Wow, that is very fucking pretty.
Yeah.
Was this the piece of art you were waiting for earlier today, Kina?
No, I'm waiting for a new version.
Nice.
But this is the one I have now.
Well, it's fucking cool.
It is very cool. I look at everyone else and be like, I had sex with that. Awesome.
And that is what you see as you are then rushed away. You're rushed to the mountains surrounding this valley. And behind you, you can see that the light is expanding. This purple light is glowing brighter and brighter and brighter. And soon it becomes as bright as the sun. And you have to look away.
I put on some
my
shades.
And then, as you reach the mountains, Tazran seems to slow and stop. And as he hovers, he lands down on the mountain and hunkers down and seems to clutch onto the mountainside, anchoring himself down and shielding himself with the mountain. And the thunder that you had heard before is now almost deafening in its volume. And the base of it shakes you to the core, vibrating inside of your chests. You can feel the ground, what has to be the ground, quaking. You can only feel it through the dragon, but you can feel it through even this titanic form between you and the ground itself.
Taz, I never thought I'd be pressed between you like this.
What?
Pardon? I was making a joke about butt sex. About butt sex.
It's the sound seems to start getting drowned out, and then you hear a sound, a detonation so loud
Yeah.
that it leaves all of your ears ringing, and you can't hear anything but this single tone vibrating around inside of your heads. And the light from the explosion is so bright that you could, even behind the mountain, it is almost blinding. But then, after several minutes, things die down.
And suddenly,
The light fades.
we were at ground
Most of the
zero.
light fades. Most of the light fades. And the thunder seems to stop. And the earthquake settles out.
Everyone's tan got a few shades darker. Sophie imploded.
No, you smell a barbecue.
It's just bacon. Bacon beneath the dragon. Extra with me.
Yes. That's just just well smoked soup.
And
there.
no,
Yes.
well, you look over. You can still see that there is a dim glow that is shining from this valley. And as you rise up and Taz lifts back up off of the ground, you look down into the valley, and this is what you see. Essentially, this is what you see.
The tree, one of the trees that gave life to the world.
Just a fucking crater. You failed.
Yeah, there is just a giant glowing
Just a-
irradiated crater.
Magically irradiated.
This is weird. I remember. We should have go take a nap in it.
Now, this is essentially what you see inside the crater. I mean, the valley. You see this. The forest valley. The forest valley is shining completely suffused with a purple light, with a white and purple radiance. All the plants, all the trees, even the water, has turned into glass, or at least that's what it looks like.
Except Sophie's ruling.
Except for this one thing that wasn't there before. A tree now stands, colossal in size, spanning up almost to the mountain's height itself. But what's strange is that this tree is not wholly solid, almost like it can't even contain its own power. It has this glass-like object has shattered itself, and now seems to float, half of it suspended, only linked by bolts of raw power, jumping between broken shards of whatever this tree is.
Wow, that is impressive.
That just wipes and swallows heavily and it's like, Pat Tazran. That is how it looks when it's done right. That's Salamander just T-bow and
And
lying down in a pool of cum.
Sophie, you can feel a change in the air as you are speaking. You can feel almost like a warmth on your on your skin and face as you are facing into this valley. It almost it almost feels like you're standing in the sun on a hot summer day.
But without imploding.
So what you're saying is that I'm feeling searing pain as my skin is boiling. Awesome.
No.
Burn, baby, burn, disco inferno.
Indeed, if I turn around and just face like moon it, it's gonna be the ring of fire.
It is even more tender back there.
Indeed. I'd be like, oh, this feels so nice. This feels...
It does, and you recognize this feeling. It is the same feeling that you felt when you were standing inside of that crater.
My magic is generally
Except it
considered
is
far more
not
divine.
radiating from the ground. It is radiating from this tree, and the very air itself seems charged with power now.
And it's not a part of your
so
system.
this is... No. This is much better. And from the speed it's radiating, I would estimate that within the next 24 hours, the world is gonna be completely engulfed in it. So some people are gonna be having a very weird day.
I can feel it too. The power that that tree is giving off. And I haven't felt such a sensation before.
Indeed.
So much
So now
power.
we prop up Salatong here
Shit.
and just point in there. Just see. Now you can see there. That's what
Yeah.
it looks like. Done back.
Yes, I see it. That is exactly what I was trying to do.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
you want a god or like a whatever it is that our boss is.
Yeah,
And it took like all of
and
them.
you saw.
By the way, did we ever tell you about this creator we saw like 1,000 years in the past that it was sort of probably now what I believe to be your attempt at doing this then, and everything exploding terribly and killing everyone? That happened. Although I did take a nap in that magic ass crater and gain special powers. So I mean, thanks for that much, I guess.
Though he was very interesting before.
And as that Tazran takes off and
Bye,
begins to
Taz.
descend. He's taking you with him. He's descending down into the valley again.
Oh, sweet.
Oh yes, irradiate me, baby.
Take me there, mama. I'm coming
As you are
home.
flying down, you see what was left of the area that was once the site of the array is now completely engulfed by this several hundred feet of tree trunk as it digs itself down into the ground. And its roots flowing down into the water, into the earth. You
Okay. It's like
eventually
Sophie's
come
just
across
excited.
a number of figures who are standing around this tree. And as you are watching, they fade away one by one until there's just one figure left. There's two figures left. One is the form of Talion, and the second is Holly, who is now back in her disguise. Although she is sitting on the ground, like hunched, like just slumped over.
Well, that was a thing.
Indeed.
So, how did it feel to, breed magical life into an entire plane?
It felt like I was young again back in the days when we were forging this world. And we were creating life and such things.
Well, I mean, this time I suppose it's far magicier than then.
This will change the world greatly.
Well,
But it is a change that may be welcome. It will require a great deal of effort on our part to make sure that our subjects, our children, do not misuse this great gift we are giving them. It could spell doom for all life, if not handled correctly. But we and King Tazran and will work hard to make sure that such a terrible fate does not befall our world again. We will do all that we can to avoid such a catastrophe.
Fair enough. I'm gonna go look over at the boss. You okay over there?
She is unresponsive.
Okay then, I'm gonna take a look at her.
She seems to be completely and utterly unconscious.
I give Mierah a stick.
Oh, energy?
No, it's a stick.
Oh, okay. Thanks. I mean, I don't really need to poke her with it. I've poked her with far more before. With an entirely different point, though. Let's see here.
But think about what just happened here. Do you want to touch her with your hand at the moment?
Yeah, I don't want to get my arm fathered-headed.
Yeah, so you can poke her
Sure.
with the stick.
I'll give her it's a very gentle nudge with the stick. I don't want to poke her with it.
You nudge her, and she just falls over.
Oh shit! I will pick her up.
Just collapses down into the sand.
That's not great. I will do the old classic check for a pulse.
I will summon the cleric.
Molly is very concerned. She has not seen her. She's not seen Holly like this before, and she's never seen her in such a vulnerable state.
I think it's called exertion.
She checks, and she does breathe a sigh of relief that there is indeed a pulse, although it is weak.
So, how safe is it for say us to just stay here and let her soak in this magical atom bomb crater?
Out of the question. You will leave now. Before any of you get into any more trouble in our world, you are going to go.
Well, she's the one that runs the show and just makes a gesture like she's...
He waves a hand at you, and
Alright.
you just disappear. And you are teleported away.
Into the
To-
sun.
Into the sun! Burn, interlopers. No. You are sent somewhere else. To... Well, it's not not that fucking valley, that's for damn sure. It's a lot more natural looking now. Where you are is like a forest or something. No, it's like just a field. You're in the middle of a fucking field now.
The hills are alive with the sound of magical nuclear bomb.
Alright then.
Something tells me we've outstayed our welcome.
Yeah, they're pretty much done with our shit. Still dangerous magical artifact dealt with, be it in a roundabout, rebuild this kind of whole world way.
We did exactly what we set out not to do.
But also exactly what we were supposed to be doing. Acquiring.
Oh,
And
you know what? Oh, I completely forgot to do
We
something.
didn't really acquire or prevent it from
We
being
did.
used.
now we prevented the heart from being abused, and we did acquire it at the same time.
Did we actually get it, or did we just use it up?
Remember, our objective isn't to just to steal them, it's to make sure they can't be misused.
Yeah, so the Heart of Fire that Salatong had was used up.
Heart of Magic.
Not a magic, yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
Giving away the Heart of Fire.
And yeah, so but the Heart of Fire is burning with desire.
It's true.
But anyway. So that was used up to make the mana tree there. And what's the name? Giant Squiggly Butler has the one in her stack. So it's literally win-win.
Yeah. Hooray! Win-win.
We did
We
our
fixed-
job twice
we fixed-
over.
Yeah, we got the equipment, we got the item, whether we still have it now or not, and we sort of fixed Taz's magic pumpkin land.
We
Hooray!
did.
I can't believe we actually did it.
Fucking, I'm gonna say
It
that
only
there's a
took
little
about-
measure of
It
no
only
help
took
from
about
you.
it only took about 45 sessions.
Yeah, it's
Alright. Fuck it, yeah. I guess I'd start making some food and I guess we'll wait for the boss to wake up from, you know, what is no doubt the most epic exhaustion ever.
Meanwhile, it's time for Taz to just
Magical
retire into this world. Bye.
Just fucking grabs some daisy chains and pisses off. No, Taz.
Pretty much. I
And
mean,
no one was surprised.
Yeah, no one was surprised.
and this is what he's, been trying to do this whole time. So yeah,
It took, what is it,
Yeah.
like 80 something sessions, but you finally achieved your character arc.
Yes. First time that's ever fucking happened.
That said, you're like horribly in debt because you got like a fucking miracle casted on, admittedly a different Taz, and you got turned into a dragon, and all this was done, and you went default on one of your resurrections, giving that to someone else as well. So, as far as geomancy is concerned, you're fucking so deep in the red, it's unreal.
Look, I can bureaucracy that away. It's fine.
I don't know the save DC.
Also, you can be rocketing the total damage down, yes, but not away completely.
True. The way I get
You're
rid of
not
the
that good
rest
of a
is just
Jew.
by disappearing off into, New Guinea or something, never to be seen again.
No, look, we're like the student loans agency, we will find you.
And then you have to deal with Donnie Two Scoops.
Yeah. Donnie
You
Two
pay
Scoops
up.
will Oh yeah, you pay up or you get the scoops from Donnie Two Scoops.
I actually got art of him done.
No way.
Yes,
I would love to see some art of Donnie Two Scoops.
Donnie Two Scoops.
What is this from?
I have no idea what Donnie Two Scoops is for.
I believe it was
Donnie Two
one of
Scoops.
Hedrah's joke backups. If her character dies in Savin, then it's Donnie Two Scoops, the scoops wielding goblin.
Okay.
Yeah. Here we go.
Donnie Two Scoops, the scoop wielding goblin. Oh my
Yes.
god. That's pretty great.
That is awesome.
Yep.
Oh, he's fucking riding pants.
Actually,
What the
I
shit?
took 1920s newspaper boy.
Yeah,
Oh my god.
that's
oh
great.
My
So
god.
it's a bit of a Chicago style there because, it's Donnie
Yeah,
Two
yeah.
Scoops,
He's
know?
Donnie
Where did
Two
this get
Scoops.
put?
It worked.
70 chat. That's fucking excellent. Yeah, he comes to collect the fucking debts. And in this setting, he's got like, mythic, I guess, leg breaker.
Alright. Well, unless you guys want to continue on, I think that's it for this session.
Yeah, that's eventful.
let's just go home.
Yeah, I think it's done. As wrap this adventure up next
we
time.
have a traveling to the point of
Mythic
month.
6 Union Scab. Nice.
Indeed.
I guess next up is defeating the Dark Foundation. Ooh,
Yeah.
big
Something
climactic
like that.
battle.
There's something.
I mean,
That is
we
a
just go
thing.
back to when before the fight would happen. It's like, what? We just met you. We had our valiant battle talk, and then we escaped. Like, no, you didn't. That happened in the future in a little bit. And then we fuck them up.
What's the word again? I'm trying to remember. We need to find. No, we need to go back to the future there, so that a month before we actually came, so that Mierah can make sure there are, well, a lot of pregnant whores.
I keep forgetting why you have to go back. I keep remembering, but then I keep forgetting again. I'm sure I'll
Write it
remember
down.
eventually.
It's because
Maybe.
we left messages to ourselves about this whole fucking event. Admittedly, now it's changed, so the contents of the letter will change. But a letter has to happen to us because someone is still going to come back in time to when it's more magical and then learn all this stuff. So we still got to do due diligence.
Nothing matters. We've already fucked with the timeline enough that
It's true.
it doesn't matter.
It's very true. In a different time, Mierah
Gotcha.
came back and had a lovely time with the Queen. But this Mierah wanted to experience it, you guys. I know that she doesn't actually happen in this world now because she doesn't turn into a dark elf, but she was really fun. We had a cool time.
It's okay, now you don't accidentally have a daughter. And then Kresha just disappears from Savin.
She fucking Marty McFlies out. Kresha, you need to bang the Queen! She already did that though, it's fine.
Well, good session, Kina. Thanks for running.
Yeah, it was a
Hey,
good
you're
time.
welcome.